least I can say it about myself. When you delve into too many things, you are reading literature, you are reading poetry, you are reading Hindi novels, you are reading Urdu novels, तो अपने सब्जेक्ट के साथ भी इंसाफ करना है. जैसे for example, I end up spending hardly 30% of my time on my subject, and most of my reading relates to Urdu poetry, which is my passion. तो अब उसमें जाहिर है कि कहीं ना कहीं पे वो compromises से नहीं होता. Actually, if you look at it, it's a problem like this. हमारे यहाँ एक बहुत अच्छे शायर गुजरे हैं, शहरियार साहब, साहित्य अकेडमी अवार्ड. उन्होंने एक शेर कहा कि अब जिधर देखिए दुनिया में तो ये लगता है कहीं कुछ चीज ज्यादा है, कहीं कुछ कम है. तो वो जो बैलेंस है वो कहीं that we have to strike. मुझे लगता है कि हमारे साइंस के जो टीचर्स हैं वो थोड़ा इधर काम करें, हम लोग थोड़ा इधर काम करें तो शायद बात अच्छी बने. तो ये रिवॉल्व ऐसे. अच्छा, आपने जो अनुवाद केंद्र की बात की, we have a very unique experience and I would wish, because you are scratching on that, you are starting to embark on that issue. सर सैयद ने जो ये इंस्टीट्यूशन बनाया उसकी शुरुआत उन्होंने ट्रांसलेशन सोसाइटी से की. साइंटिफिक सोसाइटी जो बनाई थी उसका बेसिक मकसद ये था कि जो इमर्जिंग लिटरेचर है उसको हम अपनी ज़बान में ट्रांसलेट करें. और ये एक अजीब ट्रेजेडी है कि कुछ दिन बाद उन्होंने उस आइडिया को अबंडन किया, क्योंकि because he had firm belief and faith कि education is only possible in your own mother, that only helps you flourish. लेकिन कुछ दिन बाद institution shifted to English as a medium, because he realized, not for, he was philosophically he was convinced, but for pragmatic reasons he had to abandon that idea. And he said कि there will always be a time lag between emergence of a knowledge and its translation into your own life. और कितना आप उस पर resources लगे. And naturally, when you are striving in such a situation where you are cash staff, so what do you do? So ultimately, he abandoned it. So just to
महात्मा गांधी हिंदी विश्वविद्यालय वर्धा वाले बहुत अच्छा काम करते हैं.
I told about a school in Delhi also, Sardar Patel Institute. Sardar Patel.
JNU also has got this, but then those people have taken a lead now.
I wish the situation was like this for everyone. ये जो हम लोगों के अंदर shallowness है उसकी मुझे लगता है मेजर लैंग्वेज का जो ये पूरा सिलसिला शुरू हो गया है और कहीं ना कहीं हर लैंग्वेज को नुकसान पहुंचा. आप you are an expert on social linguistics, you know how many languages are dying. उड़ीसा का एक हमारे साथी थे, उन्होंने रिसर्च की थी. बच्चों को स्कूल में बिठाया जाता है ब्लैंक बैठे हुए, कुछ पता ही नहीं, क्योंकि उस लैंग्वेज नहीं पाती है जिसमें वो पहले पढ़ते. So there is a serious issue with our education system on this account, and unfortunately we have not been able to address it. So, but I would like you to take a very mature call on this.
Yes.
After reading through all the experiments that have been conducted on this topic. So, well then, let us move on to the next round.
Respected Professor Parvaiz Talib, distinguished participants, LEAP participants, Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon to one and all. I am Asma Ali. I am professor at the Department of Mathematics. I am working in algebra, the theory of rings and module. My field of specialization is graph theory and cryptography. I have guided 19 PhDs and 12 MPhil dissertations. I have published 94 research papers in reputed standard international journals. Very recently, I have published a book entitled Algebra and Its Applications from a prestigious press, Springer Wallach, co-authored by S. Tariq Rizvi of Ohio State University, Ohio, USA, and Vincenzo D. Felippes of Messina University, Italy. I have been awarded 2 major research projects, one from UGC and one from DST. I am member of various academic bodies like American Mathematical Society, Indian Mathematical Society, Indian Science Congress, Calcutta Mathematical Society, Jammu Mathematical Society, and at present, I am one of the council members of the Indian Mathematical Society. I have joined LEAP program or LEAP course since December 16 at Academic Staff College, AMU Aligarh. I choose my own institution, AMU, in comparison with the other choices because ये मेरा चमन है, मेरा चमन, मैं अपने चमन का बुलबुल हूँ. During this course, I have interacted various resource persons, and from their lecture, I learned many things, such as to have qualities to be a good teacher, to be a good administrator. A teacher, in fact, is a counselor and a mentor for the student. A leader should be a good speaker, good listener, and a good writer and good reader. I was very much impressed by the lecture of Professor K. Srinivas, NIPA, New Delhi. And from his lecture, I learned that one should always be ready to change himself or herself quickly and enjoy it. If one decided to do something and fails, he or she should not give up. Fall means attempt and learning. The end doesn't mean end. It means efforts never dies. If we get any answer no, no means next opportunity. At present, I am provost of a hall of residence, that is Girls Hall, Begum Sultan Jahan. In a hall of residence, there are many problems, such as problem of accommodation, cleanliness problem, and to create a congenial atmosphere for the study of the students. 24 hours electricity supply, a better reading room, Wi-Fi, providing a computer lab, and for entertainment, a common room and gym. By the training of this course, I can develop some qualities to be able to be a efficient and effective administrator, to handle these problems, to handle these situations in any problems arising in the period of my provostship. Thank you.
काम से
mechanical engineering and also chairperson in mechanical engineering department. So basically, I don't want to go in details, but I did my master's in Canada, then went to USA, then went to England, did my PhD over there, and then again went to USA visiting to England to do visiting fellowship. And basically my area of work is computational turbulence. So I'm more concerned with computational aspects of applying numerical methods to solve fluid flow problems. So since I'm dealing mostly with the governing equations, so that has given me the idea of being terse in whatever I am saying. So second thing is, why did I come for the LEAP training? So initially I was nominated by the VC. One day I got a phone call from the VC that you have to apply from the VC office for the LEAP program. And I also wanted to explore the viewpoints of other professionals and academics in the field of education. So I thought it will broaden my horizontal vision, as Professor Talib was referring to. The T, the vertical depth is quite high. Only wanted to broaden out the horizontal arms of the T. So, and another thing that I noticed personally was that I needed a break from the usual monotony of the departmental life, being a chairperson more than 1 year, people coming with different problems and everything, so wanted to take a break for 15 days. So what I wanted to enhance, another thing is, why did I choose AMU specifically? I could have gone for other places, because it suits me better, let me keep also a tab on the department, what's happening over there. So what did I learn from the experience of meeting so many resource persons over here? So I don't want to go through the details of the curriculum that were there, everybody knows. But there were certain points that I wish to highlight upon, that I wanted to enhance my administrative skills by experience of other administrators. When you basically, they talk about their personal anecdotes and through their experiential training. So basically you learn through them how to handle different situations. Then you learn about the complexities of administration, especially related to the faculty members. And when I say faculty members, it's not only basically people who are involved in teaching, but people who are also supporting staff. How do you deal with different faculty members as an administrator? And then I also wanted to enhance my interpersonal skills by augmenting my emotional quotient. And I think that is very important, as what Dr. Ravindran was highlighting. Emotional quotient is twice as important as intelligence quotient for a successful life, because it covers 5 different aspects of life. It tells you self-control, basically persistence, and how to deal with empathy, and how to make a wiser decision. All these are parts of EQ. And I even bought the book, Daniel Goleman's book, and I started reading it. Since 2 days I'm reading it. So enhance my interpersonal skills by augmenting my emotional quotient. And then learn priorities involved in interaction with other stakeholders. Other stakeholders can be students, or can be parents, or can be any other person who's basically affiliated in the academic environment. What I think is, I need to define on my capability of decision making to choose an optimal solution out of various possible solutions, and then I need to have a suggestion group of able educators to provide constructive suggestions to any particular problem that I'm facing, and how to handle the important decision making in a constrained time environment. So what are my future aims? Again, I'm more concerned with development of the college as such. So I want to bring technical development, and I want to introduce new programs which enhance employability of students. I want to bring a tenure track system in order to bring more accountability in the system. And basic aim is to check out the laggards from the system, and to persuade MHRD to enhance pay scale in order to attract best talent in education, which I think usually goes to the MNCs and other places. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Professor and
Yes. Good afternoon, all. Respected Professor Talib, participants.
Can you just close that if you don't have it? Otherwise, we are just looking at that, yeah.
First of all, I want to thank Professor because yesterday night around 7:30 only I sent my feedback to him last minute, and moreover that to handwriting. Immediately when we evaluate and return the comments on me. Just now today I received that. Thank you very much for special interest. Coming to me, I am Professor Selvaraj, Mechanical Department, NIT Warangal. My background is I started with teaching in 1992 in NIT Warangal as a faculty. I guided 25 MTech projects and 60 MTech projects, 25 BTech projects. I guided 7 PhD theses, and right now 6 students are doing under me. And I have published around 80 papers in national and international levels. I guide, right now I have on DSC first project worth of 2 crores. Coming to the administration works, there are 2 categories, institute level and the department level. Institute level work as a warden, associate in students welfare, chairman hospitals, and various selection committee members, and etc. Coming to the department level, I have worked as a division head, lab in charge, timetable in charge, and faculty advisor, faculty in charge, right now heading the department. Coming to our AMU, actually I selected this AMU because of the tight schedule. Actually as a head, I generally won't get the 15 days continuous for a long leave. Without disturbing my academic schedule and research work and admissions work, I have chosen the dates actually chosen me to some extent. Right. Coming to what we have learned from here, generally, the last 15 years, always we are going on teaching the same subject, same field, like in mechanical department, same subject. Whereas here, I got different people, different specialization, different language from part of all over the country. In that point of view, I learned a lot of things from management skills and communication skill in also the technical skills. From there, first of all, from the lectures point of view, I understood what is the higher education policy, especially in school level and in college level, what is the meaning of Kothari commissions and custodial commission, etc. And I understood about what is the impact of globalization in India, what is the merit, demerits of that globalizations. So coming to the accreditation point of view, what is the need for accreditation, how much important was the technical institute like an MBA or also science like NAD and NAFRNPL, etc. So I learned a lot of things, especially organization structure, with various department level, institute one kind of hierarchy, private institute one kind of hierarchy, and the central funded institute one kind of hierarchy. Those things I learned, they should not be uniform that I observed. Then coming to this we have to arrange various orientation program, especially in staff orientation, like a refresher course, workshops, seminar, those how to organize, those things I learned from here. And moreover, in addition to laws, I was coming to the lastly, what I am going to do in future plan, mainly I am motivating to do some kind of online courses, especially for PG program, 1 or 2 subject coming courses. And I am encouraging the interdisciplinary courses, especially projects, consultancies and foreign collaboration also by considering various universities. And if I get the chance to work as a fully automation system on any institute, in various, especially my institute, in favor of MIS or ERP, that means we are almost covering e-governance. And finally, I would like to add, any institute should have self-sustainable institute in all directions, starting from energy, water, and etc. Those are trying to update, and I try to come to their conclusion. Thank you very much, Ananda, for giving the opportunity.
Thank you. I will change my strategy a bit. I will go through all the presentations. So there are just 4 more, 3 more. And then you would know exactly how much time we have.
Okay, now almost good afternoon to all. Thank you, sir, for chairing this session as well as evaluating very critically the points which you have written. Okay, so my name slightly change the order in which you have said. I'll say about myself at the end. Okay. So I have given according to the point which was given to us. I'm choosing. Okay. I have been in administrative positions in many places, at many positions in IIT as well as in outside also. I will tell you that one. And I thought, okay, LEAP is going to be a formal training now. And I had three choices: IIT, PHU, IIT Kharagpur and AMU. And since I am from IIT, I always thought that okay, I should come to a place where I never have been, and surely I should take back some experience, because any administrator needs to have experience as possible from whichever quarters you can get that one. So I gave AMU as my first choice. Even the LEAP coordinators were not here. The people were a little bit surprised. They called me back and said, "Sir, are you sure you want to go there?" I said, I'm sure I want to go there. Okay, so this was the reason why I selected that one. I wanted to go to a university at least to have a feeling of how the things are working in university. Okay, now skill knowledge and things like that. I'm sorry to say that the skill part, I have not learned anything new here. Okay, I don't blame the program. But since I'm coming from a background where we have almost done everything which is done here, it is nothing like that I have learned anything new. But if you come to the knowledge, yes, of course, I have learned a lot about AMU, okay, I don't know by university how it works. Now I learned about the state universities from my colleagues. Actually, my colleagues are my teachers here, talking to each other, and we had a lot of discussions about that. And I can understand that what are their problems. Being in an institute like an IIT, what is their problems? Actually, they could easily tell us, and we were having all the discussion. So I have learned a lot from my colleagues who are here sitting here. Okay, and learned about this anyway. Most of the things we knew, but there are some points which I got it from here. Okay. And also some of the stress points were how an organized effort has to be made to improve the quality, whatever made the purpose, the teaching, research as well as the ranking, because ranking also has become one of the important factors. Okay, maybe the best thing which I learned is that about the counseling, because we have been doing it quite often, but the way he taught us and interacting with the students, I know that how to change my attitude and how to be conducting myself as a counselor, because we get a large number of counseling sessions from the students. And this role play which everybody did actually helped me to make sure that okay, what are the problems existing in the other institutions and how you are dealt with that one. But whereas if I was in that position, how I would have solved it. Okay, so I could at least make a visualization of that one. And I know that the last lecture, the education policy, even though it was circulated to us, we never had a time to read it and give a feedback, but at least I got some insight into that one by the discussion. Attitude, yes, surely. I've heard some changes in attitude, how a leader should be acting, the way he should be talking, the way he communicates and everything else. As well as how to manage, okay, depending upon the place. See, the best practice or the attitude I have got is that all places are not IITs. Which means that how you should change yourself to make sure that you can become an effective leader in these places. Future, surely I want to apply this knowledge which I have gained from here if I am taking any leadership for that one. And yes, of course, I don't mind becoming a VC or of a state university, central university. I prefer that one because I believe that I can do much better in such institutions with my experience in a place like IIT. And okay, now I come to the background because I know that when the bell rings, this is the one I can go faster. Okay, I did my MSc from IIT Madras, PhD from Tata Institute. Then I got this Humboldt Fellowship. I was in Germany. I was in England for 5 years. Came as a faculty in IIT Kanpur. Again, I did in Light Kanpur, so I went to Bombay and I became a professor there. Okay, in between I took 1 year sabbatical. I went back to UK again. I was head of the department for 3 years. I was an institute chair professor, and I have more than 150 publications. Completed 10 PhD students. The students are in IIT, ISER, and other places. Okay, so I'll just leave it. Okay. The one position is that I was a director for School of Natural Sciences in Shivnanath University. It's a private university where I get a lot of experience because that was the time they were doing the NAC accreditation and I was the director of IQAC. I think all the university people know what is an IQAC. In the end, overall, I'll say that so far so good. If you understood what is the meaning of that, okay, and thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody, and good afternoon, sir. Myself, Parvaiz. I'm working as a professor and associate director of research at the Agriculture University. My background is a little bit different from all of you, and I'm working differently with this. I got my PhD in system science in 1997. I'm also MBA in finance, and these are my credentials. I am having so many challenges of nodal officer, and particularly related to e-governance solutions. I also work in the finance. I also work in examination. So, and I got National E-Governance Award from the Government of India, the Government of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievances. I also got the prestigious Norman E. Borlaug Fellowship to work at Dept University in USA. And I also got the fellowship for the work at the International Rice Research Institute in the Philippines. These are my teaching credentials. I am teaching from the last 20 years, the master's degree and PhD in agriculture courses. As far as research is concerned, my topic is the modeling and forecasting, and big data analysis, blockchain analysis, and moreover, last but not least, I'm still working in the e-governance application for the academy and the farmers. These are my major projects. I am working on that integrated management information system. I have completed this project, 1 crore 35 rupees, and Smart Kisan projects, the transfer of technology project. It is of 1 crore to Government of India funded projects. Why AMU is that? You know that I got information from the NET. Various this industry is ranking in among the 10 top institutions. So I selected this one. I acquired many skills from here, from this course, the leadership skill, faculty student management. I am interested mostly in the e-governance solutions, so I enjoyed the lecture of Professor Srinivas, who he taught about the rules and development of these cases. So these are the learnings we learned from this. Moreover, alumni and international relationship. My only goal in future is to serve for farmers through e-governance solutions, and we need by 2050 the food. And I am only working for the food security and sustainable development in agriculture. Thank you to all MAU administrators. Thank you, Vice Chancellor sir. Thank you, Director, Coordinator, and also the technical and supporting staff. And excellent recommendations, nice best work, with fast ruler. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Sorry, I will not read it.
Talib, friends, good afternoon. I am Professor Dept, presently working as Director in the Center